passionate. She had dreams of being an entrepreneur, having her business and growing that.
A young single mother senselessly gunned down.
And it's not a pain that anybody wants to feel, having to bury their child.
Tonight, as the family tries to figure out why, an increased reward for anybody who has answers.
Plus, comments from CU's president has him apologizing, and Native Americans speaking out about the few words that mean so much.
It reflects his lack of understanding, his lack of knowledge about something, and he referenced the Trail of Tears.
And the Broncos are ready to get fans into the stadium this season. The plan in the works that could become a reality before you know it.
A baby boy will grow up without his mother. She was shot outside her home, and despite fighting for her life, she died a few weeks later.
And tonight, police are still searching for the killer, and Crime Stoppers has now increased the reward to $10,000 for information leading to an arrest.
Denver7's Liz Gilardi sat down with the family, now left raising her young son.
Videos like this gave Destiny Morehouse hope, strength. When she was in the hospital fighting for her life, her mom played these videos of her 16-month-old son.
She never had a chance to say goodbye to him, and she would ask for him in the hospital.
Destiny was shot outside her Westminster apartment after she had several people over on July 17th. Investigators believe anywhere from 10 to 15 people saw an altercation, and Destiny was attempting to defuse the situation when someone fired a gun. Even with all those witnesses, no one has been arrested. Police also believe there might be a video.
So I just want the people that were there to really speak the truth, because people know who did this.
Her mom, Christine Madera, says her daughter has always been strong, even in her final moments.
She fought really hard for 2.5 weeks in the ICU, and I was there with her every day. And she died right in front of us. I was playing videos of her son so she could hear him laugh. As she took her final breath, she heard his laugh.
Now when her mom looks at the baby, she sees the daughter she loves and misses. Christine says the increased reward of $10,000 is bittersweet because it means police still haven't found the person who took this young mother away from her son.
He looks like his mom. They have the same ears, but I told her that I would take care of him. I would always make sure he was taken care of.
The family should have been celebrating Destiny's 21st birthday later this month. Instead, they're asking for answers that will lead to her killer.
It's not right. It's not fair to him that someone just took his mother away from him.
Liz Gilardi, Denver7.
All right, take a good look at this sketch, please. Boulder police say this is the woman accused of attacking a 12-year-old boy earlier this week over his Trump sign. The boy tells Denver7 he was holding the sign while riding his bike when a woman on a moped turned around, started hitting him on the head. He also says she scratched his arms. This was off Folsom Street in Glenwood Drive. The boy's okay, but his father now wants to pursue criminal charges, and if you recognize that woman, please call police.
A CSU student is suing the university and its catering service over claims they did nothing to protect her from being assaulted. According to the lawsuit, the student was grabbed inappropriately several times by a prominent CSU grad while she was trying to serve him food and drinks during football games. She complained several times, and for her troubles, the alum was given a better suite. She was demoted. CSU officials tell us they won't comment on pending litigation.
A CU Boulder Native American organization is now calling out the president of the university for using the phrase Trail of Tears during a faculty meeting.
The president has since apologized, but Native Americans tell Denver7's Addie Guajardo using those words shows ignorance and hurts, and is just another example of how they've been misunderstood far too long.
American Indians are the most misunderstood Americans, or the least understood.
Rick Waters quoted a John F. Kennedy speech, but the meaning and history of American Indians runs in his veins. He's half Kiowa and half Cherokee, a family lineage with a connection to the Trail of Tears.
It could have been called the Trail of Death.
Between the 1830s and the 1850s, thousands of Native Americans were forced to relocate and died of exposure, malnutrition, disease, or wounds. It's why Waters was disappointed to learn that the Colorado University president, Mark Kennedy, used Trail of Tears colloquially during a faculty meeting on August 27th. Ken McConaughey, a spokesperson for the university, says the president basically said if they don't get online learning right, they'll have a trail of tears.
He expressed his regret about the phrase.
To make a statement like that and not know the true background and history and do a comparison to declining enrollment to declining populations is minimizing of American Indian people. I'm just disappointed, and it's kind of frustrating.
The CU Center for Native American and Indigenous Studies in a statement wrote, "For anyone to use Trail of Tears flippantly represents ignorance of these atrocities." The CU president issued an apology, reading in part, "I apologize for my poor choice of words," and went on to say he recognizes the pain the episode caused the Cherokee Nation and other indigenous people. Waters advice,
think before you speak.
And brush up on your history.
Everybody has feelings and want to be understood.
Addie Guajardo, Denver 7.
Boy, there's a mess in the high country tonight as people flock to the mountains to enjoy their holiday weekend. Look at this. Both eastbound and westbound lanes of I-70, well, they were shut down for several hours after a semi and its trailer crashed into the median near Vail Pass. Now, as you can see, the interstate is back open at this hour, but it is really slow moving. And if you're heading further west to Glenwood Springs, I-70 will be down to one lane in each direction as crews work to rehabilitate the area after the Grizzly Creek fire. That includes rockfall mitigation, repairing damaged power lines, and damage to concrete. And I-70 isn't expected to fully reopen until October. And we know a lot of you will either be in the mountains or just spending time outdoors this holiday weekend. And heads up, we expect it to be a scorcher.
We're talking triple-digit heat, and we could break the record for most 90-degree days in a row. Meteorologist Stacey Donaldson's in tonight. Hi, Stacey.
Hey there. Yes, we have two things going on this weekend. We could tie the overall record for the hottest summer here in Denver, and we also could break record daily highs each day through the weekend. So we are pushing up those number of days that we've had 90 degrees and higher to 70 now, including today, and we'll have 90s through Monday. So that's 3 more days, which will take us right up to that 73-day 90-plus mark. And as we go through this weekend, it's going to be hot. 97 Saturday, the record is 98. 98 on Sunday, the record is 97. And then 90 on Monday, and the record is 95. So we have a lot going on this weekend, along with a cold front, a very powerful one that will bring rain and snow our way. We'll talk more about that snow and how much we expect coming up.
All right, Stacey, thank you. And as we head into this holiday weekend, state leaders can't say it enough. Don't ease up on social distancing, and please wear your mask. We added nearly 370 more cases of coronavirus today, and that is an increase of 100 cases just from Thursday's numbers. The state total stands at over 58,000 cases, and a grim projection from the CDC today. They are predicting nearly 30,000 more COVID-19 deaths by the end of the month.
A sophomore student at CU Boulder says the process for her to get a COVID test was long and complicated, and she's worried that will deter others from getting tested. That student, who lives off campus, says she had to call, wait on hold, then got a call back. That was to schedule a Zoom interview exam the next day to then determine if she should get a test, and then she could schedule an appointment to get tested. She says the university claims it's easy.
I think it should be easier, and because it's not, students are not going to get tested. They're going to choose not to.
CU responded by saying same-day appointments are available and that there is no wait for an appointment. Now, the students raising the red flag just 2 days after COVID-19 was detected in wastewater at 4 university dorms. And now the State Department of Health is also warning Coloradans about human plague. I know. A second human case was just confirmed yesterday in Colorado. Neither of the 2 cases here in the metro, but state leaders say take precautions. Don't handle wildlife, and keep your pets away from wildlife as well. Also, don't feed wildlife. That brings them closer to humans. These are the first human plague cases reported in 5 years in Colorado. We have seen the plague in rodents in the metro more recently.
And tonight, Denver7 has confirmed that the Broncos are working closely with the governor's office to get fans into the stadium for their second home game. That game against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers is on September 27th. Plans have already been submitted, and we could learn early next week if they've been approved. Now, just this past Monday, the Broncos announced fans will have the opportunity to buy cutouts that will go into the seats at Empower Field at Mile High for their home opener. It'll cost you $100. Proceeds go to the Broncos charities.